Hi, this is Shelley Kraft. We're coming to you live on SNNLive. We're at the Cambridge House International World Resource Investment Conference Summer 2013 in Vancouver. I have with me Brent Cook of Exploration Insights, a newsletter writer, and a speaker, and a general raconteur. Ladies and gentlemen, Brent Cook. How are you, Brent?
Great. Glad to be here again.
Good to see you. So, let's talk about what you spoke about on that panel. Just recently finished right over my shoulder.
Yeah, I think Rick and I had a bit of a disagreement. He got the impression that we were all negative on stage, and he felt that was professional capitulation. I don't think so. I think at least what I was trying to get across is no matter whether it's a bear or bull market, in this sector, in the junior exploration sector, where 80 to 90% of the companies that go up this slope are going to go back down it, you need to sell. You need to know when to sell and when to get out. Loss avoidance, in my opinion, in this sector is almost, if not more important than actually making money.
Interesting. So you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, eh?
Yeah, basically, yeah. And you do that understanding what a company's looking for, what the geology's telling you, what the results are telling you, and if that's confirming or not confirming your investment thesis. That's key.
Well, what it seems like to me, you're standing in front of an audience, and the audience has questions covering the entire spectrum of the investment community along the lines of mostly silver and gold when you get into a meeting like that. So I'd rather know what your opinion is rather than what the panel thinks, because I know you've been around for a long enough time and you know the exploration market inside and out. So why don't you give us your viewpoint? That's very important.
Exploration.
Yeah.
I think we're in for a tough stretch. I think we're going to be, a year or so of bottoming here or getting worse. I think we're going to see some real carnage amongst the majors. I mean, some serious carnage coming in there. That's not going to help us at all. But all that means is that regardless of all that, and I went through this yesterday in my presentation, we're still mining the equivalent of one Carlin Trend every year, one Bingham Canyon every year, and we're not finding those, proving them up and putting them into production. So when we come out of this, the world's going to wake up, the investors will go, holy cow, we've got nothing to replace it. And the majors are going to do the same. They go, we've got nothing to replace this. And it's going to rock. But it could be a few years of bottom line. But when we come out of it, it's going to be fantastic. So now's the time to be in it. Just know what you're doing.
So let's take the Brent Cook method of knowing what we should do. What do you tell us we should do? Because that's really what people want to know.
Well, that's what my newsletter is all about, right? And in it, I go into a lot of detail. And the letter's about what I'm buying with my money. Nobody pays me to say anything. So when I buy something, I lay out my thesis. This is what I think's happening. This is what I expect to happen. And if we're right, this is what it might be worth. And then as the data comes in, we evaluate that whether, yes, it's backing up our thesis or not. And if it's not, we're out of there. Just cut the loss. That's the key. Because, little losses are much better than big losses.
So I want you to tell our audience your website in the middle before I give you another question, because sometimes I like them to go to the website while I'm talking to you.
Right. ExplorationInsights.com is the website. There's a bunch of free information there. There's one article I put up there called Mining Meets the New Normal. I think it's really worth reading.
So let's get back to silver, gold, other precious. What about rare earth? What are you thinking?
I'm doing nothing in rare earths. I think that's a very specialized thing, and rare earth comes down to metallurgy, which is very complex, and it's a long process. I think the world needs maybe 2 or 3 more deposits. That's it. But it's all about metallurgy, and the Japanese, they're the ones that really know how these things work. So I'm not doing rare earths. I think uranium's a good space to be in. But I don't focus on metals per se. I focus on high margin deposits, the discovery of high margin deposits, because regardless of the metal, they're going to be worth money.
Nice. I like that. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes the website one more time.
ExplorationInsights.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brent Cook of Exploration Insights. It's a newsletter. He's a speaker, panel member, moderator, I'm Shelley Kraft of SNNLive. We're at the Cambridge House International World Resource Investment Conference Summer 2013 right here in Vancouver. Brent, thanks for coming on to SNNLive.
Thank you.
Good to have you.